You work like a grueling full-time job, man, and you fucking hate the coworkers, you hate your boss, you hate the job, you hate everything about it. You know, but you're getting a paycheck. We're here to make you laugh, here to make you think, here to make you real discussions with your friends. That's what the blank canvas is here for.
The only reason jealousy even exists is because we put too much value in things rather than we do life. So being distracted or worried about things that you cannot control in your life in any way right now is a waste of energy and a waste of time. Because by that time, you know, homegirl had been, dude, I guess used her up or whatever. and then, All right now. Yeah. Olay, Holmes.
I get a bit about the did it. Whoa. Hey man, where the hell is Sean at with his fake deep voice having ass?
That is back in Belize.
What's
Yeah. I think it's been like 10, 11 years since he been back home.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute, man. One another like we say like all the time on our show, man. One of Puffy's puppets that he used.
Yeah.
To make to build that empire.
One and done.
One and done, dude. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that hit was straight.
Yeah, I mean he had like 3. So
he had 3 hits.
Yeah, so I mean it wasn't he wasn't just coming out, just to come out. He was coming out swinging, and then that little thing, that club accident happened. He took the rap for that nigga, and he ain't been back ever since.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, man, cause Puppy about to go down, and he took the fall for him. So I guess he got a severance package or something.
Severance, as in, we no longer need your services, and you're being deported.
Yeah, here's $100,000, man. That'll get you through. They get you a couple of months. Man, I got 5 kids. Right? Here's some Ciroc.
This don't even come out yet. Don't say nothing.
Don't say that. Yeah, this news. Don't even worry about it. Yeah. Yeah. That's how much I care about you. I'm giving this to you now, ahead of time. Man, I can do that with liquor, man. Get out of my face. What's been up with you, ST?
Man, any and everything, dude. Like, this month has been horrible. I can't even lie.
Damn, as far as what?
Man, well, like, early in the month, like, this girl hit me. Like, she hit my car.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, and then, like, she got out to check her stuff. I got out to check mine. Mm-hmm. And next thing I know, she get in her car and she rolled out.
What?
Yeah, nigga.
Wait a minute. So did you like MacGyver her ass, try to buckle her? like put one of the fake signs on top of your car, like wee.
Man, I was so pissed, nigga. I didn't know what to do, man. I was so distraught.
Wow. Yeah. How bad was the damage?
It's pretty bad. Like it's a dent in the side of my car, man. Like there's no way that you can look at my car and say, "Dang, who hit you?"
Wow, dude. And she didn't look at her stuff. Didn't even say nothing to you.
No, peeled out. I was like, God dang.
Dang, dog, you didn't get a license plate?
I didn't get nothing, Joe.
Man, dog, I wish you would at least had a rock. And then pump that shit as hard as you could and like bust her back window.
Man.
And you scream, bitch! Dang, man, that's why you always gotta have a brick in your car, man. Just like that.
So that's the solution to everything. Just ride around with a brick in your car.
A brick in your car.
Like, that'll teach somebody something.
Hell yeah, man. I'm talking about because that shit has a lot of force behind it.
Yeah.
Just because the car got to pick up speed first. So you're gonna get some good aim at that car. You're gonna do something to it. Especially if they just driving away a hit and run.
Yeah.
That's stinking, bitch.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. People work too hard for that stuff. You're gonna just hey, you all right? You breathing?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, like I remember I was leaving my gym, And I was texting him on phone, or texting and driving, but it was inside the shopping center before we got to leave, so like stop and go traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a mistake and tap the bumper of the lady sitting in front of me. She had like a baby seat in the car, and I was like, oh shit. She got out of the car, she like a little skinny little something. I was like, man, she about to take it for all I got. Like she literally got out of the car, looked at her car, there was no scratches. Looked at me, she's like, you cool? And I was like, wait a minute, do I need to wipe you up?
Even with the kid.
Even with the kid, yeah. We'll bypass a kid. We'll send to a foster home, Give him a new future. We'll let him start over. No, I'm just kidding. But, man, I was thoroughly surprised, man, because, like, she literally, like, looked at the scratch, and she either had to go home and, get some D or get some weed or just go home to her kid.
You're stupid, yeah.
She was like, you good? And I was like, what? I was looking on Twitter. I was tweeting. I said, like, just got finished with my workout. And that's all I got out. And I was like, shit.
Dang, nigga. Yeah, you do that as you leave it, not as you getting in the car.
Or just not at all. Cause it's crazy, man. Like, as y'all listen to this now, I want y'all to look to the left and I want y'all to look to the right. And I guarantee somebody's texting and driving right now. You're doing like 70.
I mean, just this morning, I was driving and I saw like this lady, and I kid you not, she had her full makeup kit out in the open doing her face. I'm like, lady, like, it's people out here going 80, 90 miles an hour, and like, you're not even looking at the road. Like, you just pat, just smacking it on, and like, next thing you know, every time there's a car to get like 5 feet ahead of us, she got smashed on her brakes real quick. That junk is crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, the road is not a joke, man. Y'all gotta pay attention on the road because, anything can happen. There's so many accidents that happen every single day. I mean, it never fails. Every day there's an accident. Wherever you live, there's an accident. So, y'all just be careful out on that road, man, because it's not a joke. Driving is a serious thing.
Yeah, for real, man. I don't care if you about to text a dude that I'm about to come over and give it to you. Just go over there and just do it, man. Like, he'd be pissed off. See you on the news when you coming over there, feeding him some tacos. All right, man. Enough of that shit, man. Yo, welcome to another week of the Blank Canvas Podcast, man. This is ECST, man. Every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Audio Mac, YouTube, and all the other podcasting services. And, we just a topical show that just talk about anything, everything random, especially this episode. We ain't got no fucking topic.
Surprise, niggas.
Surprise, bitch. Like, we hit y'all with the heat, like, 3 weeks in a row, man. And I'm just like, I'm just kind of got writer's block. Can't think of anything. So, y'all want an in-depth topic, man. Y'all check out the archives. But today we're going to just talk about, shit that's happening in the news. So let's go ahead and get this shit started.
Let's get it.
Yep. Man, ST, man, well, what's been going on, dog? What's been going on this past week and weekend?
Well, everybody's talking about, the debate and all that. Personally, I think it was pretty much another black eye on the face of America. Just basically, as you said before we got on the air, just two people trying to make themselves look as less racist as possible.
Yeah, man, because, like, during the debate, Donald Trump just came out and it said, like, man, stop and frisk. Like, this is what he said, like, stop and frisk has just stopped so many crimes in New York. And then the moderator was like, they found out that stop and frisk is racial profiling. Donald was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. He said, no, it's not. And then he was, because he got caught. It's like a kid, like, getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and they just gonna continuously, like, drop their hand lower, try to get the cookie, still looking at you like, I'm still gonna get this cookie. Like, like he just kept on saying stop and frisk wasn't racial, it's not racial profiling, and it's come out to the Supreme Court saying that it is. And it's kind of scary because he didn't even deny the fact that if he does get in office, man, that could come back.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's one of his, 25 or 26 executive orders that he has planned. Like, as soon as he gets in office, it's like 25 executive orders that he plans to make. So, I mean, if Monday didn't tell you what, this presidency is all about, which is, a big fat nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. And people have been, making jokes about moving to Canada and things, but it's real now. Like,
this might be you actually might need to do it.
Like, you might need to consider, dual citizenship between here and Canada, because it's not a joke anymore. Like, this is actually happening. We got an idiot on one side, running for president who pretty much has the majority vote so far. And then, we just got, I guess, barely the status quo on the other side. So
the sick idiot on the other side.
yeah, so, like, I don't know. Like, things are getting scary, man. Things are getting real, quickly. And, we need to start waking up and start being about our business now. Because, we don't have time. Like, we really don't have time.
Yeah, because if y'all check our Twitter on the Blank Canvas ECST, like right before the debate started, I said, how do we get to this point where these are our Democratic and Republican candidates for the presidency? I was like, how did it get to this point? Like, it makes no sense, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's extremely scary because both of them have a huge background on being, quote unquote, tough on minorities over decades, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, Hillary, a lot of people don't know this, but, Hillary was definitely in support of her husband's decision for, the incarceration of, more black people in the history of this country.
And Latinos and Hispanics, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, we got to know what we're dealing with here at the end of the day. And I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of like Cat Williams. Can we, just date a president for a while? Like, do we have to? Do we have to commit to somebody? Let's just date somebody for a while.
Speaking of Cat, batshit crazy ass, he all right? He ain't going around slapping no kids.
I mean, from what I heard, I think I haven't heard anything else. So.
Okay, that's good, man. Cause hey, real quick, let me get off topic, man. But wasn't it kind of crazy? Like for 3 weeks in a row, like he was like in the media for just like crazy shit, like slapping people, getting put over for DUIs, and that jump was crazy, man. I literally thought like during that time period, I thought he was either gonna die, or somebody's gonna kill him. I really thought that, man.
Me too. I was just like, man, please sit down somewhere.
Yeah, I know,
dude. Just sit down, cause I don't know, man.
Yeah, we need somebody to be a buffer to Kevin Hart. Cause I know that, deep down, he hating on Kevin, man. Kevin's still everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think it's just that, I don't know, man. I think Cat could have been what Kevin is now.
He could have, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where he went wrong. But
all that when he did what he did.
Yeah, it was over then. Yeah.
It was over. He was never gonna be in the inside club because he out of the club.
Yeah,
pretty much. So that'd be for another episode. We'll talk about that later. So like the people that keep up with that shit, they know what we talking about. We ain't got time for somebody to be sniping me while we doing this shit. I'm trying to get through this damn episode. But yeah, man, but back to the debates. Pretty much the moderator just asked like simple questions. He went through racial tension in our country. And another thing, this is crazy. This is crazy. During the part when he was talking about racial tension, he was like, Donald Trump, what would you do to bridge the gap that's been burned and destroyed? And he went straight to stop and frisk, and then he never answered the question.
Well, it's Donald Trump, so what do
man. At least fake it and be like, we're gonna implement, police training, which is bullshit. That's what Hillary said. That police training junk ain't gonna work. But
No.
yeah, man, it ain't police training. It's just people that just trigger happy and want to kill blacks. That's all it is. And know they can get away with it. But it was just crazy that he didn't even answer that question. And then he admitted that he didn't pay taxes for a couple of years on live TV, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm smart because I didn't pay my taxes." And I was like, "What are you like? What are you doing? This is not like a high school. This is not like a high school like argument where you just like say something outlandish for kids to be like, oh yeah, he's awesome."
Yeah.
Like when he said it, I was like, "Did you just say he got off for not paying taxes?" And Wesley Snipes went to jail for that?
Yeah. We and see, we forget that.
Yeah.
But when you bring it back up and it starts to resonate and make sense to people, it's like, okay. So, it doesn't matter who you are if you're black, if you break the law, you break the law.
Break the law, yeah.
But,
they put everybody in jail. That's how they got.
Yeah, they do.
That's how they got a lot of our celebrities, man. I know what. Dang it, what's his name? Oh, man, I know I'm gonna catch flack for this. The dude, baby, what's his name?
James Brown.
Yeah, he went to jail for it. Mr. Biggs from the Ozzy Brothers, he went to jail for it.
Well, no.
Tax evasion? Was it tax evasion?
No, it was what Ozzy was doing was straight up wrong. This nigga was cashing his brother's checks who was deceased.
How much was the checks for?
It was Social Security, so it don't matter. it could have been 5 cents.
Oh God, he didn't need the money, did he?
Not that bad, I don't think.
Oh, and he could do a tour right now, and everybody go out and see it. Wow, I thought it was tax evasion. He cashed it. I'm sorry, y'all. That's funny.
Yeah, so when you do wrong, you should expect wrong. So
yeah, he deserved that shit, man. Wow. I'm like, come on, man.
That's funny, man.
That is hilarious, dude. Oh God. But I will say this: Hillary won the first round by a landslide, man. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
It seemed like Donald was not prepared whatsoever. And then they had a report that came. Let me see if I pull that report up. Where let me see. Yeah, so Howard Dean said during the debates, because Donald Trump was like sniffing a lot. He had the sniffles, and he was like, "Man, he said this sounds like a cocaine user," and so he came. So Howard Dean went on NBC on Tuesday and went ahead and pretty much actually backed up his statement saying, "Yeah, man, those are symptoms of a cocaine use. Like he just couldn't stop sniffling, man, and he was sniffling throughout the whole debate for those 90 minutes. It was like, yeah, because Hillary can't." And I was like, he all right? He had a cold, and I was like, he on that noise candy. Yeah. And, Jerry Rice probably watching like, yeah, man. He was like, I need to partner with Donald.
Yeah.
But the debates were all right, man. That's like the only reason I watched it, because it was on Twitter, and I had my Twitter up, and I was watching the Monday Night Football game, which was just no defense was played whatsoever.
Pretty much, man.
It was no defense at all, man. But they helped out my fantasy team. Oh yeah, man. Speaking of which, man, you beat me week 1. I just thought about that.
Yes, I did. I did.
Man. But people like what? 2 points? That shit pissed me off.
I don't know. I couldn't remember, but it was definitely a delight to see. I think I started out 2-0. I don't know how I did this week. This past week, I got to look and see. But yeah, I'm and this is all from not even drafted. Like half of my players.
Yeah, like it'll figure itself out. We good. Oh man, but yeah, dude. All right, enough of that crap, man. We'll keep you all posted every week on the debates if you watch, because I'm not watching the vice president's debate. I can't even name their vice presidents at all.
Man,
it just shows how they don't make an impact at all.
When I tell you this presidency is probably the most boring event that we've ever had in this country, like when people, like with both of them,
Yeah,
like with both vice presidential candidates, everybody was like, "Who?"
exactly.
So I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess if you just really want to be a skeptic and I guess get I guess a better pulse on the situation, I guess go ahead and watch it. You know, be informed as much as you can. But just don't be surprised if you don't learn anything new or anything worth of your time. So
Yeah, definitely. But this is another piece of news that I found interesting. The world's first baby that's born with 3 different types of DNA
mm.
in his body. So the new scientist has revealed that a baby named Abraham Hassan. Okay, baby. Good luck. You know you're. You remember that? You know what's kind of messed up? You remember that episode of Family Guy where they were at the airport and then it was like, we need to look at the passenger. It was like, what is his name? He's like, Bill. And he was like, Muhammad. It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I remember that joke was fucking stupid, but they said he was born in Mexico using a new technique involving DNA from 3 people. So the report says the procedure allows parents with rare genetic mutations to have healthy babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that helps out. So pretty much the report is saying that if you have like a genetic deficiency, you don't want your kid to pretty much be born with those genetic traits like, maybe like they said like hypertension or like diabetes runs in the family, you could probably do this procedure to probably like lower the rate of them being born, with that genetic, deficiency.
Yeah.
And it said U.S. doctors took the unprecedented steps to ensure that the baby boy would be free of any genetic condition by doing this procedure. So, man, they could do that. Which they're probably already working on cloning humans.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But they can do that, man. They can go ahead and, work towards cloning and producing organs.
Yeah.
So we won't have to be any more, organ donors. We can go ahead and just produce the heart, produce some lungs, more bone marrow.
Yeah.
So I seriously hope I hope that comes within the next 10 to 20 years, man, because people out there right now looking for kidney donors.
Yeah.
Heart donors. I know when my sister died, they used her eyes, her heart, and her lungs when they died. She went ahead and donated her organs. Those people can go ahead and live their life, man. So I think this would be awesome.
I do too. It'd be a good chance for somebody in medicine to do something good with with this stuff. Because we're always using it to to defy, I guess, what's right and, go against what's decent. So, it'll be good for them to actually, I guess use this baby as an opportunity to, do something good.
Okay, so here's the steps that they took to do it. And this is the reason why they did it in Mexico. They said a U.S. team who traveled to Mexico to carry out the procedure, because there's no laws there to prohibit it, used a method that took all the vital DNA from the mother's egg plus the healthy donor's egg to create a new healthy egg that'll be fertilized by the father's sperm. So what the steps that they took were pretty much, all right, the diagram just pretty much shows what they did.
Yeah.
So they took the mother's egg and then took the donor's egg. They took the nucleus of the mother's egg and they took the actual egg of the donor, took the nucleus out of the donor's egg, put the mother's nucleus, which is pretty much her DNA, into that egg, and then inseminated with the sperm. So that is crazy. So what the nucleus is where the majority of our DNA is held. This determines how we look in our personality, and then pretty much everything else is secondary to pretty much how you'll turn out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool, man. That's awesome.
That is.
That shows how far we're progressing in modern medicine and technology, man, and how much further we have to go. But this is a major step, man, towards, like a child might not be born with HIV.
Yeah.
or, a child not being born with any other kind of, lifelong disease that they'll have to deal with and you don't have to go to the doctor for all the time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so this is awesome, man. So I thought it was a pretty interesting story that we could talk about for a second.
Yeah, as long as, they don't make like Jurassic World and create some superhuman that goes around killing everybody.
Yeah, just like that Simpsons episode where they had those genetic cows and they had those like Homer mixed a tomato with tobacco. And I remember like the cow came, yeah, the cow came to the bar was like tobacco. But there have to have been some like so under this table like some mutations that's going wrong and they put a bunch of blew their brains out.
Yeah.
There in the lab. Man, I guarantee you they're working on cloning humans, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't already done that.
And they're already out in the pretty much already out in the community.
Yeah.
With the general population is just trying to see how they can function.
Like you can't put anything past people now, so
yeah, this should be fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'd be scary. It wouldn't be surprising. Like I'd be like, okay. I mean, I knew something was going on. Like,
now the part would be scary if they like your clone walk up to your house and blaze you and be like, I take your life now. I'm like, it's scary, then, ain't it? It's scary.
Yeah,
it should be fucked up, man. But no, I'm just just me being a nut and just pretty much joking. I ain't had nobody out there on Twitter talking about, man, people they cloning people out there, man. I heard it first. I was like, got time for FBI come to my house. Hell yeah. Shit, what you got, ST?
It's I guess a good step in the country. The country taking a nice step in another direction. There's going to be a Muslim woman to appear in Playboy, in her hijab. So, that's kind of neat. She's a Muslim American journalist, Noor Taguri, I believe that's her. I think that's her name.
Everybody Googling it right now. NoorTagouri. Thank you. Go ahead.
She will appear in Playboy's magazine in the October issue, wearing her garb. It was a decision that, elicited praise in some quarters and provoked condemnation in others. So I can imagine that, people of her religion having, negative things to say about this. I guess the traditionalists, but, I think this will shed a light more on, who the Muslims are as, not just as people, but as men and women individually. It says that she'll appear alongside a sex activist, a comedian, and a novelist as a part of the magazine's Renegade series. It's gonna highlight people who have risked it all, to do what they love. So, it's funny you said that because earlier this year Playboy they changed directions, and they made several changes. Of course, the biggest one was them to not do nude pictures anymore. So, I'm pretty sure to some men it's going to be weird to pick up a Playboy magazine and not see, what you bought it for.
Yeah, I know. They gonna pick it up and be like, yeah. And then they get it home and they were like, man, shoot, I'm about to go to Pornhub. I'm good. I don't even know why I buy this shit anymore, man. Shit. Yeah. Let me go ahead and open up my window. Let me incognito it real quick and let's go. Oh, shit. One time my wife called me, so I had to switch the styles on, flip mode them. But yeah, man, I think internet period has destroyed a lot of industries. And it's definitely destroyed the magazine Playboys and Hustlers and all that.
print ads and things. Yeah,
Yeah, man, it definitely destroyed it.
I don't even see why, newspapers are even, printing stuff anymore. I mean, they've gone digital, yes, but they're still, printing at a massive rate. So, I guess if you're, 60 and over, you still read the paper, but,
Oh yeah, man.
it's definitely becoming more and more of a digital world every day. So,
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I just think, yeah, like once the baby boomers are out of here, once like all of them are out of here, man, you're gonna see a lot of things change.
yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of things gonna change, man. Like as far as print media, physical hard copy media, like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like trickling out of here. You're gonna pretty much like go in the stores, like Best Buy if it's still around, and like Walmart. You go to like the digital section, all you're gonna pretty much see there is just like hardware, like cameras, TVs.
Yeah.
That's it. And then like for like movies, you'll see like a piece of paper.
Yep.
Like, go download it.
Yep. Or giving you a code or something like that to give you, 5 or 10% off.
Yep, and then that's the only reason you'll literally go into the go into those department stores to get things now, because everything you can just pretty much order at home. Just like I saw a commercial for Amazon. It was just like models like walking with Amazon boxes trying to look sexy, and then at the end of it said Amazon Fashion, and they started to deliver clothes. So
yeah,
they make it for like. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say my lady was just on Amazon looking at stuff the other day.
Oh, see, look, dude, like,
so yeah,
people introverts, man. Well, you ain't gonna have to leave the house at all, and it's pretty much it's gonna mess up like the regular 9 to 5 like department store jobs for like high school kids and some people that really do need it.
Yeah.
That job just because they're they're in between jobs, so they need a secondary job, and it's pretty much an easy job to do.
Yeah.
To make money, and they those jobs are getting getting replaced. But speaking of which, man, it was speaking of jobs, I'll never forget the time I was working at Best Buy, and I was working at the front counter. I was doing checkout, and I was just talking I talked under my breath, like, man, I can't wait to leave this job. I'm tired of this job. And then it's like I'm about to find me another job. And then like the dude I was checking out was like, "You can find a job that easy, homie." I was like, oh shit, though. You must be in between jobs. And then I said, yes, I can. And I scared his shit. I said, have a nice day. But you can tell he just got fired, or he just been in between jobs for a long time, and he was just hurt to hear me have a job and then say I'm tired of this job and give me another one. But I can kind of see where you're coming from, because everybody does have that downtime where it's just like, man, I need work. I can't find shit.
Yeah.
Nobody hiring. I'm trying to get the new Jordans. I can't even get them. So people care about the new Jordans, and they can't get them shits. But yeah, I can see the animus and just the disdain in his eyes for me, man, when I said that junk. And I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I had my head on a swivel when I left, cause I had one of the midday shifts.
Yeah.
I was walking out looking like shit. Do.
He gave me dick.
Yeah, he definitely give me shit. Especially in that area where I worked, there was always crime going on. Right, shit. I would walk out to the parking lot and see glass from cars on the ground, and I shake my head, be like, somebody else got, and hop in my car and go on somewhere. Yeah, man. I had to walk out of my job, man, with a hell swivel, because he wasn't about to get me, because he looked like he was having a bad day.
Yeah.
And man, he wasn't buying shit no way. He bought I forgot what he bought, man. It been so long, it's just fucking bullshit, but
yeah,
he was pissed off, man. He didn't like that. I was just saying, man, fuck this job, I can get a new one. He did not like that at all. So, man, all right, y'all, we got one more piece of news, man. Did I have it? Did you have it, Issa?
I mean, we can both do them, because, it's cool.
Yeah, so, so this girl that's out, I forget, it's in Houston. She was pretty much in her bathroom at her school. It was like a high school. And she saw that the water was brown. So what she did was she went ahead and took a picture of it, tagged the school, and put it up on Twitter. And so halfway through the day, the principal called her down to the school. Was like, we're going to go ahead and suspend you for improper use of electronics on school property. You see how they get people?
Yeah.
You see that bullshit? So
Yeah.
they pretty much sent her home, and she was suspended for 2 days. They put on a record. And so what the kids did, when they started a hashtag with her name on it, and they just started taking pictures in the bathroom talking about, hey, am I going to get suspended? Am I going to get suspended? And it pretty much trended on Twitter. And so pretty much they pretty much revoked her suspension because of the tweet. Pretty much would make them look bad because it was a plumbing issue. And they didn't want to, face facts. They need to get it fixed. So they'd rather just go ahead and say, hey, you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, hey, thanks for looking out for the mistake that we made. We're going to fix it. That was kind of scary if they would have gotten away with that. Would it just have been like, hey, you're under our rule. Whatever you do, or whatever you try to, take or try to confiscate or try to, say about the school, we're going to go ahead and just punish you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's kind of fucked up because they're going to use that rule where you use electronic on school premises as an excuse to suspend her when you need to get the fucking plumbing fixed. And then, the plumber got over there when it got the superintendent.
Yeah.
The superintendent was like, man, get that shit fixed and get us off the news.
Yeah.
Any news about a school, if it's not somebody being like a valedictorian that had the highest GPA of all time,
yeah,
then it's not good news if it's like that. But I thought it was very interesting that they just went ahead and tried to cover it up as quick as possible. And then they didn't fix the plumbing until the superintendent got involved.
Of course, man. I mean, because if you look at it, just the fact that they suspended the girl just for pointing out their mistake, that's enough right there. That's telling you right there that they trying to hide something.
Yeah, man.
So why be surprised that they didn't fix it until the superintendent had something to say? Because they already know if it ain't anybody else but the superintendent, they're going to get fired. So
exactly.
Why would they say anything? Why wouldn't they react to what they're doing wrong until their boss comes up and says something?
Yeah, man. Man, fix the issue before they got to fix the issue before it even got to that point, so it wouldn't have to go to the superintendent. They try to just exhort their power, man. Just people with power. Yeah. Sometimes you can't get people like an inch of power, dude. They'll abuse it. That's why I don't think we have That's why I think we don't have superhuman abilities yet, man. I don't think that's why we haven't evolved. Because I ain't gonna lie, if I had superhero powers, I would misuse them. Remember that? Remember that joke I made? It's like if I was Superman, I would take criminals up into space, and I'd just be like, breathe. Like, breathe.
Yeah.
It's the airs up here so good. Like, oh man, I'm just kidding, but yeah, that's exactly why we don't have human abilities, man, because it would be straight chaos.
Yeah, it would.
Especially if only like a small percentage of humans had the ability, and everybody didn't have it. They would be ostracized and be caged up, just like that premise in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Where they try to round up all the mutants, man. That's exactly what would happen. If there were mutants, man, just try to round them up as quick as they can and just try to experiment with them and try to figure out a way to advance, humans further and try to control it because it needs to be controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I thought it was fucked up, man. I'm glad she got off and it's off her record. And, pretty much that's all said and done. But I just thought that was interesting that they tried to blame her for their misconduct and, not what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Just, them trying to place, the blame on somebody else instead of, taking care of their responsibilities.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. And finally this week, we talked a little bit last week about, the Wells Fargo incident.
Yeah.
So, this week it's been reported that Wells Fargo CEO John Stumpf will forfeit pretty much a huge chunk of his 2016 salary, which includes his bonus of $41 million in stock awards.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fallout from the controversy has been also resulted in his first major executive departure. I guess one of the biggest division leaders, that created the fake accounts left the company. And she was planning to retire at the end of this year. So
look at this shit, man. These con artists, look at this shit. Ain't no sense, man. People get away with murder.
So, with this, she will not receive a bonus or severance, and she'll forfeit all of her $19 million worth of unvested equity awards. So, and the company's board of directors said Tuesday that it's launching an independent investigation into the company's sales practices.
You think?
That's kind of like a given,
Yeah, like, you don't have to state that. That's already in motion. Like, come on. I'm glad I took my money out of Wells Fargo, man, like 3 years ago, man. I don't mess with them no more. I'm glad I got out. Because what they would do, that's kind of crazy. What they would do is, if you had a checking and savings account, they would take $25 in your checking and throw it into your savings for a day, and then throw it back into your checking. And then even if you had money in your savings, they would just rotate money. I'm like, why y'all just rotate my money like this, man? I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I went ahead and left, man. I'm with USAA, and I love them.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Hell yeah, man. Ain't time for that bullshit. That bullshit. That bullshit. But yeah, man. I guess you can't go to Turks and Caicos this year. That $41 million that you lost. I mean, I know that shit stings, man. I know. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, but I be somewhere punching walls up in that bitch, man.
I'm surprised he ain't resigned yet.
Yeah, man. Like that horse and carriage, like their mascot. That should be ripped. That should be ripped off the wall. If I had one like in the wall in the office, it should be ripped off the fucking wall, dude. I'm like $41 million. Ain't no way, dude.
Yeah, I figured it.
Man, that's why you gotta watch who you put. That's why you watch who you move up the ladder, man. You gotta you can't just be putting everybody in these high ranking positions. They have all this power, man, and they fuck you up. Ain't even your fault. You probably not even be in on it.
Well, I think what it is pressure to perform.
Yeah, so, man. That's a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure these people started off, decent. It's just when you put that pressure on these people to do more and more and more, because you're a big time company and you thrive on results. So when you're pressured to do more and there's not very much that you can do that's humanly possible, you start making up stuff. Yeah, so that's exactly what happened, I believe. So
yeah, dude, it's only so far you can take year over year, year in results.
Yeah,
and top them, man. It comes to a point where it comes stagnant, and that's as far as you're gonna go with it, man.
Yeah,
and I know that's kind of like having a defeatist mentality, but if you don't come up with any kind of new innovations and everything stays the same, your profit margins are not gonna grow. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah,
man. I just don't understand it. But that pressure, like you said, man, pressure performs a motherfucker, man. People. I remember I used to work a job where you had to sell, when I worked at Best Buy, you had to sell insurance on the phone, to sell the phone, and it was people using all kind of scare tactics, and then when it came, that's why I didn't last that long, because when it came to me, and it's like, do I really need insurance? I was like, man, are you careful with your phone? It's like, yeah, man. Look at this one. And then the one they brought in,
probably looked better than the first one.
Exactly. I was like, man, you don't need it. And then I remember one time my manager was around the corner, and he walked around the corner, his eyes got wide, and I was like, man, dude, I ain't about to be selling this shit knowing they don't need it, so they be coming back talking about, I don't want the insurance. And then you say no, then you gotta like I said once again, walk out the parking lot with your head on a swivel so you won't be getting jumped. Man, time for that shit, man. Hey, either they want it or they want it, they don't.
Yeah.
I've never bought coverage or insurance on my phones. Wow. So go ahead and knock on wood real quick. I take care of my phones, but I take care of my own body sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, dude. I never forget this time I was running on a treadmill and my new iPhone was falling. I had a case on it. I screamed so loud. All you heard was, fuck! As it was falling, I was like, fuck! But I got a Tech-21 case on this bitch, and it protected it, man. I was like, oh, I said, thank you, Jesus, and I kissed the phone, and I put the phone. Oh God, I put the phone back up on the treadmill, and I went back to running. Oh God, I'm an idiot. I was like, why do I care about this phone so much? I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh shit, man. We ain't gonna hold y'all this week, man. It's been a short week.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna come with the heat next week, man. We love y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed.
Yes.
Protect y'all phones.
Yeah. Stay away from Wells Fargo.
Hell yeah, man. Like, if you go there and open up an account right now, turn your ass around, man.
Yeah.
Shit. Alright. Peace out.
We love y'all.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Blank Canvas Podcast. We'll see you next week.